Welcome back to the Outset Islands. Last time we talked about the hero of Twilight and how powerful he is. Today we're starting with Hylian champion Link. I'm very excited to talk about this incarnation of Link because he's in my top 5, and that makes him one of 3 3D Links in that list. The other 2 being Skyward Sword and Wind Waker. Let's focus on the topic at hand. How strong is this incarnation of the hero? Well, that's a bit easier to answer than Twilight Princess Link, thank goodness, but unfortunately we also have to acknowledge that this Link doesn't possess a Triforce. Meaning just by default he's going to be a good bit weaker than Links who do. I know for some people who started with this Link so he's their favorite, that's going to be a little upsetting. But this is not bad by any means. Being weaker compared to the other Links with the Master Sword is an achievement in of itself. Before Tears of the Kingdom I saw him as weaker than Minish Cap, and he doesn't even have the Master Sword or a Triforce piece. It's kind of like a Spider-Man situation. Spider-Man seems pretty weak when you compare him to people like the Hulk, Thor, Carol Danvers, or Jen Walters. But those are some pretty heavy hitters, I'm sure you'd agree. Sorry for the tangent, I just didn't want people to get the wrong idea. Let's continue. To start off we're going to analyze his speed. And of course he's faster than light. He's able to use a pot lid to reflect a guardian beam and save Zelda. Link in this situation recognizes light before light has the chance to recognize Princess Zelda. And it was casual from Darok's perspective. In Age of Calamity we see this feat again, but this time Link doesn't throw a pot lid. This time he runs and once again, he gets to Zelda before light itself can. So casually faster than light. Okay, now let's address the issue I'm expecting to see in the comments. Yes, I know Zeltic said the beams of light aren't real light, and to that I say bullshit. Respectfully. We are told in game they shoot beams of light. We are told in the lore book creating a champion they shoot beams of light. We're told in the Hyrule Compendium it shoots a laser, and these beams even act as light should act. The burden of proof falls on him to prove these lasers aren't real light, and not liking that Link and the gang can react to them isn't good enough. This is a fictional setting. We have seen people in this franchise create solar systems on screen. There are characters who can move faster than light. It is not that outrageous. Link is not normal. He is not us. He is his own character with his own history and lore. He can be superhuman, in fact he needs to be for the story to work, otherwise he can't save the day. Are we good? Good. Okay, now that that's out of the way we can get to my favorite part, his attack potency. One thing we learned super early is that when blood moons happen the moon is pulled closer to the earth. This is incredible because it's heavily implied Ganon's grudge is what is creating the blood moons, so already we know when they say he's a threat to the world we can deduce they mean planet. I know compared to the hero of Twilight that seems pretty tame in comparison, but it doesn't end there. This era of Hyrule, much like the Great Sea and Era of Decline, received a trilogy. Let's talk about Age of Calamity. Age of Calamity is where this Link first starts taking his jump to show how powerful he actually is. First off, before we get into anything, let's put a nail in something right now before it becomes an issue. Rivali does not scale to Link. Link was not trying to kill Rivali. He doesn't kill unless absolutely necessary, like that Yiga soldier that almost cut down Zelda. Now let's think about this logically. Do you think Link was running around killing Rivali's people, and then he's just super willing to help them with the Ganon situation? No, that's not in his character. He may be prideful, but he cares and loves his people. That's the whole reason he attacks you in the first place. Now I want you to think about this. If Rivali is as strong as Link, how come his bloodlusted Malice clone failed to get a single killing blow on Link? Link is fighting 4 Malice clones of the champions, and until they start teleporting he was doing fine. Lastly, Rivali with the help of Tiba could not defeat Wind Blight, but Link being there made all the difference. He's not as strong as Link. Now that we're on the same page, we're told that Calamity Ganon transcends time and space in this game. Mind you, he's not even inhabiting a body, this is just his malice, and we're being told outright it's a universal threat. That's insane. He then goes on to do what he failed to do in Breath of the Wild. He forms a body. And he's even more powerful. So powerful, in fact, that Zelda, using the power of the Triforce, had to wish to weaken him. That's not to say he's stronger than the Triforce, by the way. The Triforce's reality manipulation depends on how good the wielder is with it. Zelda is a weak wisher, and that's why Age of Calamity exists in the first place. The stronger you wish, the stronger the Triforce's interpretation of that wish. So this Link is already capable of outputting enough force to defeat a threat to the universe, and that's no exaggeration. In Age of Calamity we see him more than capable of holding his own against the 4 blights that killed the champions in the main timeline. And he does this on his own. Seriously, think about how crazy that is. It doesn't even stop there. We then see these blights fight the divine beasts. The champions needed their divine beasts to fight off the blights, and Link did it on his own. Now we get to Tears of the Kingdom, and admittedly this is where it gets a bit difficult, so for this segment I'll give you the information and I'll let you decide how you want to interpret it. Okay, so in Tears of the Kingdom we're introduced to these new relics called Secret Stones. The Secret Stones amplify one's inner power, and for Ganon it did so to an actual absurd degree, very likely because of his connection to Demise. I know some people disagree with that for some reason, so if that's you, by all means ignore I even said it. The important takeaway is that it makes Ganon stronger than all the other sages combined. Ganon at the end of the game gives his big villain speech and we learn what his goals are. In Japanese this text is pretty different, and that's what we're using as it is the original text. I'll leave sources in the description if you would like to read them. Our main takeaway is that he says he wants to rule all of existence, and as we know in Zelda the light world isn't all of existence. There's also the Twilight Realm, Minish Realm, Realm of Memories, and so on. So looking at this you'd be able to say Champion Link is multiversal or even high multiversal. The thing is, the Deku Tree says the reason the Master Sword needs to recharge is because the stronger Link is, and the more it bathes in sacred energy the more power the blade has. This means Ganon could be hyperbolic in his goals, but we see visions of him ruling with demons. So I'll let you take it from here. Universal, multiversal, or high multiversal? You choose. Personally I say universal at best because it just makes the most narrative sense. With that we'll be ending off this video. If you liked it, please leave a like and comment. Maybe subscribe. Next up we'll handle the Hero of Time. Have a lovely day or night.